Welcome back to another MPJ as we shine a light down on Shinedown, an album. Part one of a two-part review as we review. We have different people reviewing this album across both boards. So it's Shinedown, then album 8. Let's be brutally honest. Shinedown back in 2022 is our top 5 album, which was what was it called? Something Reality, wasn't it? Temporarily escapes me. It was probably and still is one of my top albums, and certainly one of the best concept albums I have heard in a decade. So the Shinedown album was just phenomenal. And people are super excited to kind of for them to come back. Can they top that? It's in one of our top albums, top 50 albums that we've ever reviewed, and certainly almost one album of the year. I think it finished third back in 2022. So what did we think then? Was it a welcome return? Lauren, I know you are a massive Shinedown fan. You're off to see them later on this year in Birmingham. Did this album disappoint? What did you think?
It didn't, but there's caveats to that. So obviously, like you're saying, 2022 Planet Zero was a big one, and boy, golly gosh, didn't it hit hard. I absolutely loved Planet Zero. It's still something that, even though we're a few years out from it now and we've got the new album, it still regularly makes its way into my listening. Because like normally it's a case of, for me, a band will release something, I'll overindulge in it, and then sort of like as other stuff comes in, it makes way and all that sort of malarkey. Whereas that album stuck with me. As you're saying, I'm a huge fan. My sort of fandom of them started in sort of like 2012 with the release of Amaryllis. Absolutely loved that. I'm a huge fan of their catalogue. I remember hearing the song Bully for the first time. My little emo heart sang, and I was like, hell yeah. And then also I have said for a very long time as well that Follow You by them, to me, sounds like how love should feel. I really love that song. It's really beautiful. And as soon as I was aware and they announced that they were going to do the new album, and there'd been little trickles of like little treats and stuff coming out, I was like, awesome. I'm so ready for this. Strap in, Coombs. You're in for a treat. And it didn't disappoint on that front. The way that I played the songs that they released in the run up to the album was just next level. And yeah, the album didn't disappoint. It was utterly wonderful for me. But like I said, there's a few caveats to that. For example, it's 18 tracks long, which is long. It is super long for an album like this. And I wouldn't normally mind it because they've divulged and diverted into a few new things, with country being a particular thread that they've looked into for this album. But one of the things that I've really found is when a band puts out an 18-track album, the longer you give yourselves to fuck up, the more likely you are to fuck up. So there's just, I feel like if they just brought it back down to like the 15, 16, sort of like that average sort of size that we normally see, it would have been such a heavy hitter, and I'd be obsessive, like really, like almost unhealthily so. Yeah, but I think what they have done is really gorgeous. Like my favourite songs that have come out of it is like Dance Kid Dance. That is, what a tune. 365 is one of their beautiful emotional tracks that I really love. Outlaw, absolute banger. Like nothing quite like feeling your vibe and thinking you're all that and a bag of chips going down a country lane round here with Outlaw blaring out of your car, even if it is a tiny Fiat 500. Searchlight was really good. They debuted that at the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, so if that's not a statement, I don't know what is. Then you've got stuff like The Killing Fields, which leans more into like theatrical stuff. And yeah, I absolutely loved it. but yeah, I might literally my notes just all say like "Yes, boys" in big capitals. There is a lot to love here. The country influence in particular and the threads of that, I really enjoyed that because two of the big sort of differences in my listening, like one of my favourite Instagram content creators, Felbrink, he describes himself as polyamorous, which is like you like a little bit of everything, and that's what it's all about. Like you could put on a playlist, and 1 minute you've got disco, next minute you've got deathcore, then you've got folk, and then you've got pop. And for me, having an album like this from an artist I adore so much that then threads in a few other things and then does them really well, in my opinion, it's just icing on a cake of something I was already looking forward to. Yeah, so for me, with the country threads in it and that, it's hit at the right time because I've been listening to a lot of that sort of stuff as well with like the Noah Khan album and everything that's out at the moment. It sort of feeds into each other. Like I've said, it is a bit lengthy, and I think that has led to missteps in it, where there's some tracks that don't hit quite as hard as they could have. But yeah, I thought it was really nice. I thought it was ambitious. I think they're still trying to keep things fresh, which is really impressive because they ain't got to be honest. They've got a set following, and they could just rely on that, and that's it. Yeah, it's just a really solid offering that I enjoyed, and if anything, it's really hyped me up for going to see them in November. I really can't wait. I'm absolutely buzzing and really, really excited. And of course, they're being supported by the likes of Coheed and Cambria and those damn crows. So I'm very excited about that. So yeah, overall, great job, boys. I'm very pleased.
Pete, did you? Is this the first time you've listened to Shinedown? Were you aware of them? Did you ever listen to Planet Zero?
Well, first time listening. Probably last time too. No. That means there's nothing wrong with this music at all. But it's just like you can name them. It's like Good Charlotte, Blink 182, Green Day, Sum 41, all these US rock bands. You could put these in the line with those guys. And again, nothing wrong with that music. I'm just not going to listen to it. I don't think I'm the demographic. Isn't this more music for like teenagers, 20 somethings? I don't know.
I think I'm 20 something. Oh, I like it.
I thought you were a teen actually.
30, my love. So no.
Maybe you just have. Well, what did Spotify have last year on their Wrapped? Your listening age. I guess you just have a young listening age.
Yeah. And
I don't. So, although there's nothing wrong with this music, highly enjoyable. Please go out and enjoy it. You're going to get a decent rate from me, but yeah, I'm not going to sit through 18 tracks of songs that I've already heard, basically.
Simon.
Yeah, I feel like I sit somewhere in the middle of these two.
You are on my screen.
Yeah, I do. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect. It is good. It is solid music. It is enjoyable. I remember after submitting my scores to Nigel for this month, I did email him back and be like, can I change my Shinedown score? Because I'd spent like I did my scores, but it doesn't mean, even though I've scored stuff, I don't stop listening to the music because sometimes, like, you know, it's just the playlist for the month anyway, and sometimes my opinion does slightly change. Not very often, but sometimes my opinion changes. And it did in this case. Listening to them a bit longer, listening to a bit more, spending a bit more time with the tracks. Especially things like Dance Kid Dance, which is their tour is based on, isn't it? But I really enjoyed it. I hadn't clocked that it was over an hour-long album, which normally I pick up on when something runs for a particularly long time, but obviously something about this album must have just been enjoyable enough that I didn't quite notice that. It did feel like I was with them for a while, but yeah, I think I'm solidly in between what you two are saying here on this, and it's enjoyable. I wouldn't chase Shinedown. I wouldn't hunt them out to go see them, but they are really good, and if they were on a lineup or somewhere, I'd definitely watch them because they've got some really good bangers. So yeah, it's a cool album. Cool.
So the problem, not the problem, but the dilemma of when we listen to albums is when you have expectations and your expectations are kind of up there, and then the delivery is subpar that. What you're actually listening to is then, and any enjoyment you have can be diluted by the expectations not kind of being met, and this definitely is the case with this album. And the more I think about it, the actually slightly more annoyed I become, if I'm honest, because and Pete's album, review of it actually is one of the kind of reasons why. Because if you listen to Planet Zero as a concept album, with its immersive, with its talking, with its storytelling, with its musicality, with that kind of edgy kind of rock mixed in with that kind of pop rock culture, it was absolutely sublime. It really was. It was just an incredibly imaginative album. And then you get to this 18 tracks of what is in effect mostly trash, but it's enjoyable trash, right? A Searchlight, it's like Titanium, it's an earworm. You can't fucking stop listening to it, and it hits my cool playlist. And there's a couple of other tracks that hit my cool playlist, and it is an enjoyable album, but it's 18 tracks of pretty much the same thing. If I wanted to listen to Foo Fighters, I'd listen to Foo Fighters. I wouldn't listen to this. If I wanted to listen to Ghost, I'd listen to Ghost. I wouldn't listen to this. I just honestly, part of me feels they've literally sold themselves out for commerciality, for popularity. That's what it feels like to me. Because and maybe I should listen, and maybe those expectations temper because I really didn't listen to their, as I said to you right from the beginning, I'm only looking ahead. So I didn't listen to back catalogue stuff after Planet Zero, which maybe I should have done. Maybe their previous stuff was similar to this sort of music. And Planet Zero was a complete anomaly of absolutely incredibly creativity and all the stuff that goes with it. And so, and I find myself, I enjoyed the album, but I'm tempered with the fact that 18 tracks, I mean, come on. I mean, it just, total overkill. And it feels very, very commercial to me. It honestly, genuinely feels that we talked earlier about stadium songs. It just say like, hey, let's make 18 stadium songs that people can rock out. And it's very poppy, very pop culture. So absolutely, sometimes I look at Pete and go like, what the hell are you talking about? I absolutely totally empathise with what he's absolutely nailed on and saying on this one. So I feel myself going, I like some of the tracks in there because I do like this sort of music, but my expectations, I just felt they've sold themselves out really in comparison to Planet Zero. That's how I feel. I'm frustrated with this album. Very, very frustrated with it. But anyway, I did enjoy it, but it kind of did.
Yeah.
But there we go. Right. After that triad, let's find out what we kind of think. Then let's give our ratings out of 5. Then, Lauren, start with you.
So I probably unsurprisingly gave it a 4.5.
4.5. I was expecting higher with the love that you have for them.
Yeah.
Okay, Pete.
3.5.
Sorry?
Still very respectable. 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5. William, give them a 3. Simon?
Yeah, I actually was in the middle. 4.
I'm with Pete. I give them a 3.5 from a perspective, anyway. So Trish, though, also give them a 3.5 as well. I mean, these are guys. We were giving this 4.5. Their Planet Zero was kind of up there. These, myself, Trish, and that up there. Pete, check out Planet Zero. See what you think. Yeah, maybe you'll understand what we're saying. It gives a 3.8. It doesn't get into our top. It doesn't get into our Hall of Fame. It doesn't get into our top 20. But there's still salvation. Maybe the other stage where we have another super Shinedown fan, we'll kind of top that. We will find out. We'll find out tomorrow when you're kind of listening in. In the meantime, we're going to finish off with our 2-word review. Then, Lauren, let's start with you.
At risk of sending your innuendous brain alight, mine is 2 things. So lengthy, lovely.
Oh, you do know Brendan's working overtime with that. Don't you worry about that. Pete.
Well, I was actually just listening to your review, which I normally don't do, but you were agreeing with me, so I tuned in. And you used the term enjoyable trash. And I was like, that's it. That's my 2-word review.
Absolutely. Stole my 2-word review, damn you. Simon.
Shining Rock.
Well, for me, lights dimmed. Right, okay. What do you think? Do you agree with us? Do you not agree with us? Hit your 2-word review. Like and subscribe button. Why not? Come on, keep us. You want to hear us talk trash and tell you what we think. So keep us alive. Thank you very much. And you know what we're going to say? Keep safe. Keep rocking.
Bye.
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 You do.
All right, guys.